Actually, there is no function in business where IT doesn't have a role. It's impossible to think of any function in a business, in a non-business organization, in a charitable organization, in a non-government organization, or in a government department, which can be carried out without using technology. In fact, we say that the same technology which is used in e-commerce, e-business, is also used in e-governance. That means all the government processes also use information technology. You can see all the government processes, like today we have apps for Arogya Setu, we have apps for SBI's account operation, SBI YONO, you have online access for passports, passport renewal, you have online access for your driving license, paying challans for traffic offences. So there is no function in business or in government which doesn't need the support of IT. IT is all pervasive. It is needed everywhere. So let's look at some of the major applications. Think of marketing. In olden days, marketing was mostly face-to-face selling. Today it is not that. Today, the focus is on digital marketing. We are trying to promote our products and services digitally. So you may do it in any way through search engine optimization or using social media. Social media is used by all great companies today for marketing. Social media like Twitter is the most important tool for political parties today to convey their message to the electing public. Any day if you open your Twitter app, you will find tweets from Narendra Modi himself, Amit Shah, Rahul Gandhi, Digvijay Singh. Why are they giving so much of information on Twitter? Because they also realize that all social media and especially Twitter, they are very important tools for outreach to the electorate, outreach to the masses, establishing a connection with the people who are going to vote for us. If political leaders have to depend on social media, you can always imagine that when it comes to a commercial organization, they have no other option. They have to depend upon social media for connecting with the people. So, marketing today is not just face-to-face marketing. It is mostly digital marketing. Search engine optimization is a very powerful tool for digital marketing. Because look at the psychology of the customer today. Suppose you have to buy a new product. Let's say you are thinking of buying a vacuum cleaner. You don't go to a market straight away. You first do the Google search. You will search what are the brands available, what are their features, what are their prices. Then you start looking at who are the dealers for that, which is my nearest dealer, and after collecting all this information only, you start your car and go to the dealer. Will you go without doing all this checking? No. Because otherwise a lot of time is wasted and no customer has that much time. So search engine optimization targets this behavior of the consumer. Since we know that you are going to look at search engines for searching a product and searching for a dealer, why not bid on the search engine itself to ensure that my brand, my company, my dealers are shown at the top. All great companies are doing that today. Any great brand, it spends a lot of money on marketing through Google, Yahoo search, Bing search, America Online, and others. Because they know this is the starting point for the consumer. Consumer is going to start there, so we should be there at the starting point where the consumer is searching for the information. Concept is very great. This is called search engine optimization. Social media I have talked about, search engine optimization I have talked about. From this, you will understand that marketing today is more of digital marketing than face-to-face marketing. Market segmentation is an important topic in your marketing management syllabus. It must have already been covered. It comes in unit number 2. Market segmentation, you would have talked about things like demographic segmentation, geographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation. They are great philosophies, but where do you implement them? The implementation happens when you collect the customer information in a CRM app, customer relationship management system. When that contains your customer's information, there you can have all these parameters which you need for demographic segmentation: age, gender of the customer, geographic location of the customer, the preferences of the customer as judged from their previous purchases. Not only purchases, their searches. Which product is the customer searching? That shows you what he is likely to buy sooner or later. So, again, we are depending on information technology for effective marketing. So, one major function I have talked about is marketing. Second, let's look at finance. Now, finance is again another function which today is impossible to carry out without using technology. Finance is all full of facts and figures, tables, data, and who can handle numbers and data better than a computer? No human being can do that. And that volume of transactions which we handle in modern organizations, it's so humongous, it is so large that humanly it is not possible to handle financial data even in a small organization like this college. Even we have to use Tally. Tally is an accounting software. You can go and see in our office downstairs, all accounting. It is no longer being done in paper ledgers bound with red cloth. It is all on Tally. All the vouchers are entered in that. Trial balance is made in that, and the greatest advantage is in the earlier manual system, the balance sheet and profit and loss account could be created only at the end of the year. But today, right now, our chartered accountant can make a call, give me the balance sheet as on today, and in 10 minutes, our accountant will give that. On any day, at any instant of time, up to that moment of time, we are ready with income and expenditure statements, profit and loss statements, and balance sheet. You don't have to wait up to the 31st of March 2023. You can get the information on demand whenever you want. So this shows that finance is also heavily dependent upon the use of information technology. So also the third major function of business, human resource management. Human resource management again is a function which is heavily data dependent. We have to capture all the information about our employees as soon as they join our company, then whenever changes are taking place in their marital status or in their designation, or they are transferred from one department to another, their shift is changed from night shift to morning shift, their physical address is changed, postal address, their mobile numbers change, they change their personal email IDs. All this is to be updated on a very continuous basis. How will you do that without using IT again? Impossible. And then in modern organizations, there is a high rate of attrition of manpower. Attrition means people join and then very soon they leave the organization. This was not the case in earlier decades. In earlier decades, the trend was a person used to join a company, work there for up to retirement or maybe for 10 or 20 years before changing a job. Today, which employee works in a company for 20 years? No one. When you join a job next year, after your MBA, you will experience it yourself. You will join a company and maybe within 1 year or 2 years, you will get a better opportunity either in India or abroad, and you will go away. You are not going to stick to your company. That old concept of loyalty to the company no longer exists. No one is loyal to any company now. We are loyal only to our salary. We are loyal to our career growth, and maybe comfort, facilities, perks, all that. We are no longer loyal to company. So there is a high rate of turnover or attrition among modern employees. This has to be again handled very dynamically by using IT tools. And look at the fourth major function, the supply chain management. I am talking about supply chain management in a very comprehensive way, that is including operations management, purchasing management, warehousing, storage, distribution, total thing. Now that again is a huge function where you have to handle enormous number of transactions every day. Materials are moving, materials are being issued from store, new consignments are getting received in store, stocks are getting updated. It is no longer possible to do all this without using information technology. So, all the major functions of a business or government or non-commercial organization, they need the support of IT. This is the role of IT in business. This is the importance of information technology in business. And this also throws up that there are enormous opportunities in this area, because a technology which is being used so extensively in all the functions of the business, that also throws up great opportunities for innovation, for continuous improvement, and so on. So, not only IT has a great role and great importance in business, it also has enormous opportunities. Today, we can improve our organization's performance, we can improve our organization's visibility in the market, we can improve our brand image in the market, we can improve the attractiveness of our company as a model employer among the prospective employers. All this we can do by using IT tools, social media, these things very innovatively for the benefit of our company. So these are the opportunities of using IT in our organizations. And challenges are that since it is a field which is continuously getting updated, the technology gets obsolete almost every 5 years. Whatever was very current technology in 2017 is today called outdated technology. 3G, for example, was a very hot topic in 2017. Today we consider 3G as history because we are already in 4G and 5G is round the corner. Already it has been inaugurated in our country, and within a few months all of you are going to be using smartphones with 5G. So this is an area where technological obsolescence is very, very rapid, very fast. So it becomes necessary for every organization to always be on the current technology platform. The normal phrase used here is using state of the art technology. State of the art refers to what is the latest at the moment. So your aim should be to manufacture state of the art products, provide state of the art services to your customers, and use state of the art apps and systems for managing your organization. This is the challenge of IT. So I hope it is clear now. So with this, now let's talk about the categories of information systems. In the form of a pyramid. This is the classical view actually. If you read any textbook, the description of information systems starts with the pyramid view. Now I would like you to understand the pyramid view of information systems first. Then we will go into the actual categories of the information systems also. But first, let's talk about the pyramid view. Pyramid view says that every organization actually is organized like a pyramid. Pyramid is narrow at the top, wide at the bottom. Organizations are also like that. The topmost executives, president, vice president, managing director, chairman, executive directors, they are the top people. They are very few in number. Even in a big company, their number may be about 20, not more than that. Then there is a much larger middle management level, which consists of quite senior people like divisional managers, senior managers, supply chain managers, finance managers. These are the middle level managers. And in the third level of the pyramid, there are a still larger number of junior managers. Junior managers are the ones who actually run the show. They are the ones who actually carry out the transactions, individual transactions, individual updations. They are the people who manage that. So since we can find 3 specific kinds of levels in an organization, a similar pyramid has to be created in the information systems also. So there will be information systems which cater to the junior managers, the lower category of managers. These are the transaction processing systems. or you can call them with a bigger name like online transaction processing systems. So what are these systems like? As you can guess, these systems are those which are concerned with actually carrying out the transactions. So think of a banking app. In a banking app, when you create a system where a depositor can log online, transfer money from one account to another, you are doing a transaction of funds transfer. You could also be doing some other kind of transaction, like you may be, let's say, updating your residential address. These are all individual transactions, and those information systems which cater to such requirements, they are the information systems for junior management level. In an e-commerce scenario, this will be like an app similar to Amazon Shopping, where you can log in with your username and ID, select products, drop them into your shopping cart, then at the time of checkout, make the payment online and get the order confirmation email. So such systems which cater to this kind of requirement, they are the information systems for the junior management level. Then we have the middle management level. Middle management level is not concerned with individual transactions. Their role is entirely different. Think of a middle management level like when you join an organization and you have worked there for about 7 to 10 years, you will be at the middle management level. At that stage, nobody will ask you to create an invoice for a new customer. That will be done by somebody else. Your aim, your responsibility at that time will be to perhaps optimize the sales or to maximize the sales of that product category or of that store or something like that. So when that is your requirement, your kind of information systems which you need will not be transaction processing systems. You will depend more on analytical systems, where you can see a large volume of data and make some sense out of that. If data is just shown as a scrolling screen, nobody can make any sense of that. It has to be put in a form where data becomes meaningful information. That requires steps of analysis, and generally the steps of this analysis are: first, classification of records, then summarization of records, and then tabulation or presentation of the records or the summaries of the records in a graphical format. That's what we call visualization. So when you are at the middle management level, you are not concerned with transaction processing. You are concerned with analytical processing. And you can call it online analytical processing. Why the word online is essential here? Because today's managers are not stationary. They are not sitting at one place and doing the job. Managers themselves are on the move. They are traveling around. They are moving around. They are meeting clients. They are meeting customers. No manager in any company today sits 8 hours on the desk to do a work. That much free time or that much peaceful time, no manager gets today. It's impossible. You will be moving all the time, traveling, and many a times you will be doing your office duties while you are in a metro. I have seen managers doing that. They'll be traveling in a metro and sitting in metro, they are doing graphs on their laptops. Have you not seen? Yes, this is what happens. And I have seen even extreme cases, somebody doesn't get a seat, standing and working on the laptop. Even that is there. So with such kind of thing, online connectivity of analytical processing system is very essential. So at middle management level, we need strategy formulation and implementation. They are in the driver's seat. They have to steer the company to greater heights. And steering the company to a greater height cannot be done just by relying on internal data. They have to keep their eyes and ears wide open. They have to have a vision. From that vision, they have to arrive at the mission of the organization and take the company in the proper direction. All top executives, they do that. At the national politics level also, you can see that when you look at what the Prime Minister does, he doesn't talk about what is happening today or what has happened last year. He talks about India reaching $5 trillion economy by 2025. We are now a $3.5 trillion economy. And Nirmala Sitharaman has announced that by the year 2025, India will be $5 trillion economy. We are already the 5th largest economy in the world, much bigger than Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all our neighbors. We are larger than all our neighbors economically. And our aim now is that when we reach the milestone of India at 100, India at 100 means 100 years after our independence, that is the year 2047, India is going to be the 3rd largest economy in the world. Only 2 countries will be ahead of us, USA and China. So what is the top management doing in the country? They are looking at the vision. They have a vision and they are driving the country in that direction. Similarly, the topmost executives of an organization, this is what they have to do. Now this cannot be done by only relying on आइए हाँ लैपटॉप यूज कर रहा हूँ रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए. So they have to use vision, and for that they need to be connected to the world at large. They need to have an awareness of what is happening all around. Therefore, the information systems which are needed for the topmost levels of the organizational pyramid, they are different because they have connectivity to a lot of external data also. So these are called the executive information systems. And one more important difference you will notice there, that people at the topmost level, they will not have the patience to struggle with the mouse and keyboard all the time. They need applications which show them the required information at the touch of a button. So a lot of graphical user interface is required, very effective data visualization is required when we talk of information systems for the top level of the pyramid. So when we classify the information systems according to the organizational pyramid. That is called the hierarchical view, or it is called the classical view. So when we talk about information systems, this is one way of looking at the information systems, and this is generally the starting point. So if you are writing about the types of information systems in your examination answer, this should be your starting point also. Having done that, then you can say, okay, what are the individual categories of information systems which exist in modern organizations? So there we have a very long list, because there we don't talk about categories. We have a total list, and at the end, etc., because many others will get added from time to time. So when we talk about the list of information systems or the examples of information systems, you could talk of the following things. 1. Management information systems, which provide the summary information. This will be at the junior levels and at the junior middle management level. Then we have decision support systems. They are mostly for the middle management level, because they are the guys who actually take decisions. Then we have enterprise resource planning systems, which integrate the data of diverse functions in an organization, so that the diverse functional IS can actually share the data among themselves for effective working. Then you could talk about the data warehouses, which contain that category of data which is not necessarily the current data in your database, but which even includes the legacy data. Then we could talk of things like, expert systems, which are used for, say, expert applications like medical, hospital management, and learning management systems for educational institutions. And in an office, you could talk about, say, office automation systems. So like that, we could describe so many kinds of information systems with separate names, and we will talk about them in detail one by one in future classes. So this is how information systems can be described individually also. So we will continue this session in the next